Hello, and thank you for using the quick start video for the Autograder. My name is Alex Rao, and my hope is that this video will take most of the pain out of using the Autograder. So, first things first, we have to install the Autograder. Now, if you have handy the supplied documentation, you'll see that it details exactly how to install the Autograder. For the purposes of this video, however, we'll assume you only have MATLAB installed. To install the Autograder, we'll first need to install Git. I prefer to install Git with a desktop client provided by GitHub, but you can elect to use whatever you wish, as long as it is Git. First, go to this URL. Now, depending on your installation environment, you'll click the appropriate download link. For this tutorial, we'll be on a Windows environment. After downloading, install Git. In general, you just need the basics. For example, I didn't have to make any changes to my default installation. After it's all installed, you should open up a command prompt or terminal window to test it out. Simply type Git, and if you get back a possible list of Git commands, you're good to go. If you don't, check to make sure you've installed it correctly, and it might be a good idea to also restart your computer. Now, the next step is finding the GitHub repository for the Autograder. To do this, you're going to go to github.gautech.edu and log in with your Georgia Tech credentials. Then, you should see that you already have access to CS1371/Autograder. If you don't see this, you'll need to talk to the STA in charge of software development. Go ahead and click on this repository, the link. Now, you're going to click the clipboard icon next to the text box in the upper right hand corner. This will copy the link for this repository and store it on your clipboard. Now, open up a new instance of the command prompt, or again, the terminal. You'll need to choose carefully where you want to store the Autograder files. Usually, the Documents folder is sufficient. Wherever you choose, however, keep in mind that you'll have to repeat this next step should you ever need to change the location. So navigate to your choice of folder. I chose the Documents folder, so I'll need to cd, change directory, into my Documents folder. Okay, now all you have to do is type git clone and then Control V or Command V if you're on Mac to paste the URL. Then click Enter. As you can see, it cloned the repository into your folder. If you're on a Unix platform, you're done. If, however, you're on Windows, your job is almost done. If you're on Windows, you'll need to install 7-zip from the link provided. After installation, you'll need to add c:/program files /7-zip / to your path variable. After closing all terminal or command prompt instances, you're ready to use the Autograder. First, we'll need to download some student files. To do this, go to the 1371 Students site on T-Square and navigate to the Assignments tab. You're going to click the in/new link from the assignment you want. Then you'll click Download All, check all the boxes, and click Download. While this is downloading, you're going to go to the homework team's Google Drive and download the release folder for the specified homework. You're going to want to put both downloads somewhere obvious. For example, I have a folder on my desktop specifically for the Autograder. Now, you're going to need to create a new empty folder somewhere This will become the Autograder's workspace, and you shouldn't have anything in it beforehand. After everything is downloaded, we're ready to open up MATLAB. After you open MATLAB, navigate to the repository downloaded from Git. Now navigate to the v.2 folder. This will display a bunch of files that are used to run the Autograder. To run the Autograder, simply type Run Autograder with a capital A and click Enter. When it asks you for the homework.zip file, make sure to use the bulk_download.zip that you got from T-Square. And when it asks for the rubric, use the release.zip file you downloaded from the homework team's Google Drive. Finally, when it asks for your workspace folder, you're going to select the newly created empty folder. Now comes the easy part. Simply sit back and wait for the Autograder to finish. Typically, the Autograder can take up to 2 hours, depending on the number of students and the time it takes to run each problem. As it gets later in the year, you can expect this time to rise, though not considerably. Once it finishes, you're going to need to go back to T-Square. You're going to need to navigate to the same place as before, the in/new link. Now, however, you're going to click Upload. Then you're going to say Select All, the checkboxes, and you're going to upload the output zip folder that you got from the Autograder. And then click Upload. After this finishes, you're done. Make sure you've released the grades to the students, otherwise they will not see it. Thank you for watching.